we have a problem. After recently digging my Barbies back up to make the Wednesday Addams dress for her, I now seem to just dwindle down memory rabbit hole, potentially to heal my inner child by retroactively spookifying all of my childhood toys. Guess who's back? Back at it again. Name's Tommy. Welcome to That System Era. So what have I dug up this time? This thing. A Disney Snow White dollhouse. I got it for my birthday one year. Vividly remember it. Top 10 days of my life. Easily. Shutters. It's got actual window glass. Openable. Front door. This part comes out. So that's this part. It comes with a hutch and a table and a bunch of chairs and stuff for the fireplace and like knives and pots and pans and this thing. The music thing. Organ. Really? Okay, organ, I guess. It is a dream, truly. I also got the Seven Dwarfs, Snow White, and the Prince. Pretty sure she had a red ribbon in her hair. Did her some good, not gonna lie. Don't know where it went. And his whole head is made of some very weird material. You know, the type of plastic that becomes sticky over the years? Ugh. Those were, of course, not included and have to be bought separately. If you're getting major only child vibes from this, you'd be correct. The other side looks like this. I'm kind of feeling the very orange, red, leafy. It's a great pumpkin Charlie Brown type of Halloweenish. A lot of fall with a touch of jack-o'-lantern and ghost. What better way to celebrate the season than to make a house very cozy? There's no better type of house to start off with for this than a cottage in the woods. And since I've sort of, you know, had to grow up and stop playing with dolls, I thought I could still decorate this house. A DIY Halloween decor every year anyways, but most things are a lot more adorable when they're miniatures, so I'll probably mainly concentrate on the inside, but I also have some outside ideas, so we'll see. One pumpkin and all your dreams will come true. Brainstorm time. I'm just gonna let every idea out, can narrow it down from there. Knowing me, I will come up with new ideas to override the old ones while I'm working on the original ideas. So nothing is set in stone here. I want to make jack-o'-lanterns, that's a given. Have a look at some of the things it comes with again. Get some ideas from that. We could do something with the poison apple maybe. We got a front door. Maybe a wreath? Seat cushions for all the chairs. Hold that thought. We all know what happens if you let me hen, so look at the state I'm in. I.e. this video will have a snowball's chance in hell of going up before Halloween, so maybe not. Definitely gonna set the table. Let me think and scout for materials. And then we're gonna regroup. And then I'm gonna think about what would be the smartest to start with. And then I'm probably not gonna start with that one, but you know, it's always good to have a theoretical plan. Yesterday I painted this brown packing paper. Nice thing about this paper is that it's, you know, a bit thicker, probably more durable in the long run. And the acrylic paint gives it this slight shine, which makes it look very leaf-like, which was the goal because I've been cutting out leaves. Probably gonna have to do the whole thing. And now I have a bunch of little maple leaves that I'm gonna turn into garland. First I thought wire, how am I gonna glue that on there? I think maybe I'm gonna try my luck with thread and a needle. One for the mantle and one running along the table. Leaves are definitely gonna be a staple, so we're gonna need a lot of them. So I've got one garland, probably the one for the fireplace, done. Actually kind of rustles like real leaves, which is just an added bonus and very satisfying. I was at the grocery store yesterday. It said on the tag Halloween garland, but all I see is Halloween feather boa. Absolutely nothing to do with this project. I just really like to bask in the season, wrap myself in its festiveness. Other than that, no updates. Still stringing leaves together. Decided to get into some more appropriate attire. What's the epitome of Halloween decor? A jack-o'-lantern, obviously. So we're making some. I got myself some new air dry clay after my last project, which, by the way, still waiting for its last clear coat. And that's about 2 kilos of air dry clay. And now that I'm working on this, I can feel post-traumatic something flaring up, having some not so great flashbacks. I was also dead set on making 7 of them just because I thought it would be funny. And now that I've made 2 in relation to the dwarfs and the house, probably not gonna have room for 7 of them anyways. I might make more pumpkins, but not all of them are gonna be jack-o'-lanterns. Now, what's an important feature in a jack-o'-lantern? Right. Hollow. Get the guts out. The answer, apparently, was beer pong, of all things. Maybe just ping pong. Not that I've ever even played beer pong. In Germany, you tend to just drink without the game part. Got myself some ping pong balls to then encase in the air dry clay, form into a pumpkin, cut out the face once it's not as squishy to the touch anymore, and then we get these little guys. Remembered in the back of my mind, hey, there's yellowy, orangey ones. Pat myself on the back for that one. And that way, I won't have to worry about the color on the inside. My original intention, cut out the face part. Not a fan of breaking projects before they're finished. Might just leave that in there and definitely make a little hole in the bottom to maybe get some little fairy lights through. That way, you know, the light will also be nicely diffused and stuff. I could also work. I also stumbled across these things, which I know look ridiculous on a 25-year-old, but hey, nostalgia is one powerful drug. Obviously, the dwarves work in the mines. Jewel stone things. Also, comes with 7 of these pink ring thingies that you can put one of those into. You know, so you can mix and match colors and all that. Whoever designed these things definitely underestimated the power they would hold over me. Until now, apparently. The longer we work on this, the clearer the plan becomes. Marked everything on my list that it definitely is gonna need drying time. Today, I think I'm gonna concentrate on that stuff. Ideally, get it all done, but you know, we're flexible over here with our plans. Then hopefully those things will dry within the next 2 days and then I can paint them. A couple more pumpkins, a couple of things here and there, and a couple of potion bottles potentially. Probably gonna set them on this beam that looks kind of empty and could use something. So I've just had a look at this box again to see where some of these items could potentially go best. I noticed this. Apparently they intended this picture frame, which is just a sticker, to go here, and in my one, here. As opposed to... which is way better, by the way. Shout out my parents. First of all, that looks a lot bigger in the picture on the box. It would look stupidly small over here on the inside of the damn roof. The straw roof. Who hangs a picture there? Never noticed that before. Thought it was interesting. Went down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole for a bit. But I am much happier with this version. So I'm crawling back out. I have now made all the clay things that I need. Just added the poison apple this morning. Got the 2 jack-o'-lanterns, 2 of these mini pumpkins, and then 1, 2, 3 more, which makes 7 pumpkins in total. So technically I've sort of achieved my goal. 4 potion bottles and a little acorn for the wreath. A couple more things that are not going to be made out of clay, but I will have to paint later. For that, I got some new materials in. I'm gonna make a wreath out of my trusted, not intended for, but frequently used by me macrame material. And then hang the acorn in the middle, probably add some leaves. Heavily inspired by the Sims 4 one. I don't play the Sims 4, I am a Sims 2 diehard fan, but I watch a couple Sims 4 YouTubers. Just, I don't know, for inspiration. And what custom content conversions to get. Shh. And I think I'm just gonna make exactly that for this front door. Okay, so I just need something round the right size so that I can wrap the wire around it. Just a tad smaller. Maybe a bit too small. Nope. I could also just form a circle myself. I just thought I'd make my life easier. It seems I have just made it harder on myself though. Could work. I'd love something a bit more stable. Then again, who am I to demand something stable when I'm not even stable myself? You'd think in a place full of tools there'd be abundance. Turns out, no. You know what? I'm just gonna use the bottle. There's absolutely no need to make this complicated. Guess that's true. Don't you just love it when you snap off the final bit of the wire and you don't know where it went? But you know, if you don't find it right away, there might be the sweet, sweet promise of stepping into it in a couple months. The most painful of time capsules. Our circle of wire with the integrated hook. Now I'm gonna wrap that. Basic wreath shape done. I really like how it turned out. My initial intention was to paint it to make it look like it was made out of like tree branches. It's gonna be sitting against the already dark wooden door. So I think this actually makes more sense. Probably a ribbon up here. There might be enough of a gap for me to make like an over the door hook out of the wire as well. Good news, it is enough of a gap. Just to prove my own point from the beginning, I have a couple of things that I should probably do first on the list, but why go the logical route when you can do whatever you want? And I really want to try out my candy idea. We got these bowls with dust in them that come with the house. I'm gonna take off the lid and I'm gonna at least fill one of them. What do I have that is small enough? Ironing beads. I went through mine a couple years back, sorted them by color, and it took forever, but it's the best thing I've ever done. I got my, I think, most edible looking colors. First, I was gonna actually wrap them. That would be tedious, and it would definitely involve glue, and I would have to hold all the way down while it dries. If I could avoid that, that would just be really great. Sort of see-through paper. Cut a little rectangle, sort of crumple that together, and then push it through the hole, stick out either side, and it's gonna look like wrapped candy. You know what? I think that might just work. You know what this reminds me of? Mario Party for the DS. It was like a game, plate of different candies, and a Shy Guy had like a speech bubble next to his head telling you which one he wanted, and you had to like swipe the screen to give it to him. Those always looked so amazing to me. Like, I don't even know what they look like on the inside. They live rent-free in my head, and honestly, if they ever were in front of me, I would eat them with the wrapper. 3 of each, and then one more orange, pink, and yellow. As we all know, can only mean that purple and green actually taste the best. Every kid will fight over them, and you can only get them at the rich people houses that didn't buy the knockoff candy at Aldi. Universal trick-or-treating experience, I hope.
Used to spend my nights out in the barroom. Liquor was the only love I know.
Frame out of hot glue and some beads for the picture above the fireplace. A little pumpkin design for the pie doormat. And I wanted it to look like one of those that are made out of, I think, coconut. Got a piece of this thicker fabric and then glued some of this stuff on it, which I think is meant for like cushions and that kind of stuff. My latest thing is looking at these 2 windows up here. It's always kind of really bothered me that From the inside, they're just a hole in the wall, square piece of cardboard with a hole in the middle, and then we're gonna make these into some stained glass. Stylistically, I don't think in this house that makes any sense at all, but you know, we can do whatever we want, and I want this to look better. So I made the window frames. I had to cut out a little bit for the one on the outside to fit it around the beam. Cardboard extra strips top and bottom to give it more dimension, more elaborate than I was planning on, but I just couldn't help myself. These turned out really great, like regardless, even if I take off the Halloween version, I think I need to make some plain ones to always keep on there. Add that to the to paint pile. I also made, don't worry, they don't look that great yet, but some stained glass. Kind of went wild with the Halloween colors. Sort of a spiderweb-like design. Clear paper covers. I used Sharpies to stain it. Ran into some problems trying to finish it. I swear my line work game is a lot stronger than this. Posca paint markers have a personal vendetta against me. Literally every time I need them, they just don't work or very shittily. I don't know what it is. They seem to work for everyone else, so I feel personally attacked. And instead of the paint markers, I'm probably gonna use just regular acrylic paint and a brush. I'm all for, you know, manual labor and that, but I'm doing a lot of it right now, so I think I'm just gonna do some digital art, so to say, and then glue that on here. Glue the frame once that's painted on top, and then put that above the fireplace. Thinking I'm just gonna work with a picture of the house and then digitally manipulate it to look a bit more like a haunted house, probably. Other than that, I think I'm done with all my construction work, so to say. Found this thing, which is actually a little pouch to keep whatever in for kids that I'm pretty sure came with a magazine. You never know what you're gonna find on your material scavenger hunt. Considered maybe making some type of carpet, but I think I can just use this. That, once again, is on never throwing anything away in case you could potentially need it in the future, Mom. Brought in these little guys. Nothing's more fall than a red squirrel. Black cat, Halloween, what more could you want? And a hedgehog, certified autumn animal. I think I'm gonna make some of the dwarfs, maybe not all of them, a little Halloween costume. And I think you can guess what kind of classic Halloween costume usually involves white sheets, you know. Still want to find something to put in the cauldron. Potentially dress up the table somewhere. But then I think we're done with everything on the list. So I'm gonna get to painting and putting everything together. And then you're all collectively invited to join the miniature Halloween party. It's settled. I'm moving. I hope that was as fun to watch as it was to do, because I had a blast. Let's have a look at the stats. A couple of Vampire Diaries episodes, honestly all a blur. Might have been just under about a season's worth. Hatebreed double album, A Rise of Brutality, and Supremacy, do realize is a big contrast. Rewatched Taskmaster season 10. Painted all the potion bottles with a little bit of metallic paint in there. Painted like the dripping poison on the poison apple. Now they all have this shimmer to them, and it's my favorite thing. Good thing from my Barbie project in the candy bowl absolute perfect fit. For the cauldron, I just dyed some toilet paper green and then added some bunched up cling film, and now it's brewing away. Now the ghost costumes aren't perfect, so to say. I also didn't do all of the Seven Dwarfs because, you know, if they got a pointy hat like that, turns out putting white fabric over it with 2 holes for the eyes cut out, well, let's just say it makes him look like a member of a certain club, if you're catching my drift. I think the outside might actually be my favorite part now. I love the wreath so much. Doormat, because it just really looks like the real thing. And the picture above the fireplace. Made it look more nighttimey and then added some lightning and some fog in the foreground. Let me know what your favorite individual piece is. Tell you what's not my favorite thing. This fucking window, because it keeps falling off. I've used double-sided tape and I've reattached it so many times. It's actually kind of a miracle that it's staying up right now. I seem to have lost one of the jewels. No worries, because there is more. Where that one came from. Strongly considering doing this again for Christmas in the future. Maybe next year. I love doing this project. I just could really lean into the season. Because those damn seasons, especially your favorite ones, do have a tendency to just pass you by. Rest assured, the spooky fun never stops on this channel. It's a lifestyle. Damn it, I lost the stone again. Okay, so this ring is definitely faulty. This is so much hard. These are irritating me so much. Suddenly I can't move my hands anymore. I wish you the happiest of Halloweens. Rock on or whatever. Bye.